hope you are doing great. So in this video I'm gonna show you how you can show your location, I mean the user location in your app. If you remember our previous app, we render a map on a Flutter app. So I cannot run the app because I updated my Flutter SDK from 2.5.3 to 2.10.1. So for this reason I am facing this error. It's saying that I need to one or more plugins require a higher Android SDK version. So fix this issue by adding the following. So it's asking me to increase my compiled SDK version. So if you are not familiar with this kind of error, you may watch this. It may be helpful for you. Let's try to increase the compiled SDK version. So for this I'm going to the .gradle file. No, not .gradle file. I'll have to go to the app folder, then the source folder, then we'll go to the build.gradle file. Here we will find the compile SDK. So let's check the compile. Yeah, so it's 30. So I need to increase by 1. So let's run again to see if it compile. Okay. Unfortunately, after increasing the compile SDK, we are facing another issues, and what it says, it's saying that Java uses or override a deprecated API, not recompile with extend deprecation for details, blah blah blah. And what I'm gonna do for this fast try treatment, I will try to run a pub get command. So let's see if it work or not. Sometimes working on Google things is really complicated. They throw some unusual exception that not very easy to handle. So let's see if it work or not. We will try another way. So I really did not intend to increase the SDK version because I'm working on some running project. I not have a very good amount of time to fix all the things, but I thought that this may be helpful for running this project for a long time. So I updated the SDK, but now things are going very messy. Each and every project I work on I need to fix. Okay, it's saying that Windows release Kotlin module was compiled with an incompatible version of Kotlin, so the binary version of its metadata. Okay, it's asking me to increase the Kotlin version. Probably this module was compiled with an incompatible version Kotlin, so binary version of its metadata. Okay, so let's see what Kotlin version we have. I think this video is going to be very long, so if you didn't find any issue, you can skip this part. So let's check the Kotlin version. For Kotlin, checking the Kotlin version, we need to go to the Android project level build Gradle directory, and yes, you can see the Kotlin version. Let's copy this error, try to find it on a Stack Overflow. Okay, seems I already faced this issue and such. Okay, so this module was compiled with an incompatible version of Kotlin. So in Stack Overflow you can see that some user has experienced this kind of error, and the accepted answer is this one. So we'll increase the Kotlin version. So let's check our Kotlin version here, 1.3.50. so to 1.60 we'll make it 1.6.0. okay, let's run again. So probably after updating the Kotlin version we are not facing any error, and you can see the successfully it's compiled and it's running on my emulator. Okay, let's talk about the main business, what we are trying to do here. We just rendered a map, and we set a initial position which is a Google complex in California, and we had a button. So if you press the button to the left, it will begins to the leg. So this is the very initial thing. So in this app we'll now add user position, like we will have a user like some user will try to fetch their location, we will show it on the map. For this we will use some package, helper package, like before we use to add a map. So for this let's go to the app.dev, and search for a location. Okay, so this is the desired package we will use to get the user location. So here is the example how you can use this code in your app, and some installation guide. So let's add this dependency in our Flutter project. Go to the pubspec file, and we will add this dependency here. Remove the line. Okay, run pub-get. So we added this package successfully, and if you read this documentation what wrote in here, you will understand the code. So for using this plugin, we have to configure our apps platform wise. So in Android part we need to add certain permission and foreground service and background service. In our iOS part we have to some config in info.plist file. In web nothing to do, the plugin works directly, so no config, and we are not concentrated on Mac OS, so we'll focus on this main instruction. Okay, so let's see. First of all we need to import this package, and these are the code we will use to fetch the user location. And let's see. So these are the location object initializing with the location. And first of all, if you look this code, we have to request for a service which is a location service. So here take a bool values, checking that if any service is enabled or not. So first in this line we are waiting for a bool value that if any service is enabled or not. If not, we are requesting for a service. So if it returns false, that means we'll not go further. This will return from this function or method. So if it is true, this line will not execute. Okay. Then after enable the service, we will ask for a permission. Because we are accessing the location, we need some confirmation from the user. So if the user accept or grant any permission, we will go to further for the location access. So this, in this code, we are we are checking any permission we had to access the location. So then the permission granted equal to the permission status dot delete. If the permission is not granted, then we will request for the permission, not grant, denied, permission status. So by default the permission is denied. So in this line we are checking the default value. If it is denied, then we will request for a permission, and then again checking this. If this time this permission is status is granted, is not granted, we will return, we will not go further. So if the user give you the permission, we will execute this line. So in this line finally we will have the location of the user. So if you check this, you can also get continuous callback, like if user will not set a position, right, forever, he will move. So for the moving user, you can to track moving user location, you can use this callback. And to receive location when application is in background, you have to enable it. Like if your apps is on foreground, like you minimize the app doing other activities on your phone, so it will fetch the coordinate from the background. So let's try to add this code in our Flutter map project. So how we gonna use this code in our app? So we will have an initial position. So initial position is Google complex. So we will use this button while requesting for a location, user location. We will set some text here that the app is fetching the user location. So after getting the user location, we will set the text to the link to your location. So when this button will be pressed, the map will change the position to user location. So let's do it. So before this, we need to configure our project. So let's first add this permission to our Android part. So let's copy this permission and go to the Android directory and open the source folder, then the main folder. Here we will find the manifest file. So in this manifest file, we will add those permission before the application tag. So I'm adding this permission. So our Android part is completed. Now we will add this to the iOS part in info.plist file. So let's find the info.plist file. For this we have to go to the iOS folder, then open the runner folder. You find there the info.plist file. So here we need to add those permissions. So as you can see in info.plist file, we have key and corresponding string. So key is these values, and the string has some information about why you are using this key. So user will have the idea. In your iOS app, you will see some the permission about this information of this permission will show this value here. So in order to add this, we will copy this key and string values, key and string pair. Okay, align them first. So in this key we'll first add this ns location when uses the description. Okay, so we will add the key here, and we will set some description. Need this for location access. So user is when the permission will pop up to the user screen, then they will see these values that you have to give the permission in order to location your access. So we will add another key, so copy them. We will add the second one. And then copy again for adding the third one. Sorry. So the 3 permission has been added. Let's see another. To receive location when application is in background, for like we did for Android. We need to add this also, so using it in background. Let's copy this case again. Sorry. So align them and copy this value. Okay, it's ask us to set the string value to location, so we will also do this and set the string value to location. So our configuration has been done for both Android and iOS. Let's go to the code part. So we are on our app and we are inside a stateful widget. So when is the best time to request the user location? So if you consider the life cycle of a stateful widget, so init state is run before the build method. So in init state, request for the user location is a good choice. So we'll override the init state, and here we will request for the user location. And if you look the code, we'll see that lots of async processes happen there, and when you request for a service, it use await, and so we will have to create some async function or async method that will not return anything, right? So how we can create a async method or function? Let's create it first. So it will be a future, and it will not return anything. It will be a private method. So I write the underscore before the name convention. So in your in Dart we can declare the private method like this. So we'll set a name, fetch user log. It will have no parameter and it will be a async function. Okay, so we will copy this code and paste it here, and we'll import the library. For adding this library we have to import this. Undefined class, so what it's saying that undefined, this will run again the pub get command. Hope it will fix it. Okay, after running the pub get command, it fix the code, and as you can see there is no red line or warning. We will remove the unused library. Okay, so these are the location. Finally we'll have this location data. So when we're gonna call this, we'll call this. So in the init state will be run fetch result location. Okay, so maybe it's good to surround them in a try catch. So if any exception is happen, we can catch the error. So let's add a try catch block there. And we add this whole thing in a try catch block. Okay, so we'll print the error if any exception occurred there. We'll correct the error. Okay. So here we already have added all the necessary codes. So let's run and see if we can get the user location. For this we can print the location data right before the location data. location data to string. So we can format it more in a good way. Maybe we can write location data, then concatenate it like this. So it is now well formatted, and they're showing another we will change it to debug print, so it will not show any warning. Let's run it on the emulator. So as you can see, after rerun the app, and the app is loading, let's see if it print the location data for us. So what we did so far, we in init state we call the fetch location. So in fetch location we put all the code to get our location of a user. So I'm expecting to show it will show me a permission dialog. Then I accept the permission, it will then this will print the location data for the user. Yes, what I expected, then this is also showing the permission dialog. So I'm allowing this. So let's see if it print the location. As you can see, this line it is print the location data. So far we are very much successful to get the user location data, and now we will use this data to plotting the user position in this map. Okay, for now we will move the camera from the initial position to our current position. So we will change this method to go to the left to go to our position. So go to my position. So here I need to and the floating action button. Okay, so the name change, we may pass this reference, go to my position. Okay, so here I need to pass my current location. So I need to set this position, change it to this position, KLA. So this is new camera position object. It needs a left long, right? So we need to pass the camera position object of our lat long. So we can set the camera position object there, camera position object, and I set the name to my position, and then I set it here. So whenever I can guess choose, so whenever I what happened? Okay, it's what it is saying that. Okay, so after adding this argument, it's showing this error, and so we don't pass any camera position within this method. We will create a global variable of camera position, so we can access it from globally. So let's remove it. Then create a global camera position object like we created KLab there. Okay, so when we gonna initiate this value, it suggests me to add a let modifier, so I added a let modifier. So when I will initialize my position, I will initialize my position exactly from there. Like from there I can get the let long. So if I use my pose there and create the camera position object, then it asks me for a target. In this target I have to set the required parameter, so I will set let long there. Let long object, and from using so the first argument is latitude and the second argument is longitude. So I can get these things from this location data. Latitude, then location data dot longitude. So why this is still showing an exception? Okay, so it's location data is giving us a string of latitude and a string of longitude. So we need to parse it to double. So how can we parse it? Let's see. Double dot parse, then set argument double cannot send to the parameter. So after checking a while, I see this is not about double or string issue. It's about a nullable or not nullable issue. So when I declare this double, then this identifier and this variable, it means that this let can be nullable. So if you check this let long object, you can see that this is not null. It doesn't accept any null value. Okay, so this why this reason is showing showing this exception. So it's nullable. It's this value can be nullable, but let long accept no longer any null value. So what can I do? I can force it to accept this parameter. So how can we do this? We can location data dot latitude, and if I set this, it may accept. Yes, it accepted the parameter. So this is this is how we can set the camera position. So we can set another thing, the zoom. So let's set the zoom, and you can find the zoom value. From there you can set any, but I will copy it from here. So I set the zoom value, Just initialize the camera position, our location camera position. So what will happen here? If we start the app, the map will be loaded. In the meantime, the init state method will be called. In there, we set another method, fetch location. So fetch location will asyncly fetching the current position. So within this async process, it needs some time to happen. So in the meantime, if a user press this button, it may show you some error or exception. So beside this, we have to wait for getting the location. So in the so when this thing happen, we can set something there that user will understand that something is happening. I need to wait. And first of doing this, we will change the text to the leg to my position. So to my position. So okay, so now we have to set certain condition about the loading, when the things will be load. Let's set another flag. It's a bool, and it will be is current position loading flag. Initially it will be false. Then when this method called, this code will be, before triggering, we will set it true. So is current loading become true. So, and after getting all these operations successfully, and when we get our all the necessary values and our position, we will set this current position loading to false. And in the meantime, we need to change the state also, because I'm trying to show you. So when this request or the position things is happening, I would like to show some text there, like the position is setting, position is loading. So until we have our user location, we will set some text conditionally. Like we want to show you when this flag, I mean there I set a flag is current pos loading is true. I want to set some text there, right? So remove the constant first, then is current position is loading true. I will set another text like your position is loading, or not to set this kind of long text, we can just set loading there. Okay, we have to set the constant. So we change the conditional rendering of the text while loading or getting the fetching the location. So what will happen here? Let's take something in the use case, like when the map will be loaded. In the meantime, in init state, where we set this method fetch user location, this will trying to fetch the location, right? It's so in the meantime, while searching the location or getting the user location, it will set some text there. That means the location is been loading. So after getting the location, if you see the current position loading will be false, then to my position this will appear on this screen. So let's check again that all the things, yes, we didn't set any set state there. It will not repaint until we set this set state. Here also we need to set this state. Okay, let's rerun the app again, pause them and run the app again. It will take some time. So as you can see, the app is installing to my emulator. Let's see, it shows us the expected output. Okay, map is will be done soon. Rendering a map is a very heavy task on the emulator, so it's sometimes so much laggy. Okay, so loading means that it is getting the position. So after position, getting the position, it's changed to my position. So if I paste to my position, it's supposed to take me to the my position in the camera view, right? So if I press what happening? I have a very stable internet connection. I don't know why it's taking much time. Okay, I faced some issues that I just figured out because of the emulator device location, because initially we set the lat long to the Google plex, right? You can see there Google plex, but so when we try to get our position from the emulator, it also giving us the location. But so whenever you're trying to do something location related something using the emulator, you will get this default lat long. So when I press this button, so it's all time giving no camera change set there. So this issue need to fixed. So as you can see that always we are getting the Google plex location for when we are try to fetch this location. So what we'll do to see the change there, we'll set the initial position to any other position except Google plex, then we will try to change the position, or to my position we'll see the difference. So let's change them. So here I got some lat long and I am set the lat long there, and the longitude also setting there. So let's see the change. What is our initial position showing in the emulator? Okay, this is our initial position, and we will use the device location. So location, and I just change it for the testing purpose. Let's add the device location code, location data to longitude, then location data for latitude. Why this error? Okay, I just revert the code, then using the device location in camera position object, and set the position. When you press the go to my position, it will move the camera to my position. And our initial, we change the initial position, right? We change the initial position to another place beside except the Google complex, but it did not change the name. You just see in the app. So let's rerun the app again. So after restarting the app, so it's loading. Okay, we already have our location. Okay, in previously I'm facing some issues with the satellite map, so I set the map type to normal. Then this is my initial position is showing. So if I press to my position, let's see what happens. Okay, is I'm on C, not in C, but what I do wrong here, I set the both value longitude. So in that case, I guess it's showing this kind of view. Let's fix this. And rerun it again. Okay, so my current position is here, and I already have my my lateral. And then if I press to my position, okay, it bring me to the Google plex, and the Google plex. So in emulator, it always have the default value of location data here. So in emulator, this is actually my real location there. So by this you can get user location, and you can move the camera along with this location data. So we will have more accurate data of a user when we try to add marker. Right? We can say a marker can a good represent of user position. So after playing with this location things, we will certainly do the location and other things. So So for now, all this is all, and all I have. So if you find this video really useful, you can subscribe my channel and like my videos. And one thing, I will put the GitHub link of this project in the below the video description, so you can have this this Git repository and use it in your any purpose. And obviously I'm not sharing the key API key. You have to own a API key. So in your next video I will show something more about the user location, like when user change the position, it will be update. It's really difficult to show it on a emulator. I will try to record it on a real device. So beside this, I also I think it is better to show the user position when we will learn to add the marker, right? So okay, so let's I have time to decide about the next videos. So till then, you practice this and give me some feedback that from where you find the difficulties, so we can solve it together. Have a nice weekend and stay safe, and declare variable var, not where, and peace on earth. Hope this were in soon, and till then, take care. Bye.